वरमभयमुदारं पुस्तकं चाक्षहारं मणिवलयमनोज्ञैः पाणिपद्मैर्दधाना सितवसनललामा कुन्दमुक्ताभिरामा वसतु शशिनिभास्या वाचि वाग्देवतानः। So you're talking about dharma. Am I audible? So if dharma is the kind of force that sustains the entire universe, then it is defining dharma from Bhagavan's point of view. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It says, when I explained what exactly is dharma about the force, I don't see that. Is that visible to me? No. So it says it is that force and a kind of regulatory system that is present in the entire universe. It is simply factually, it is defining what exactly is dharma. Okay? But how will I understand as to what exact, how do I understand if this particular thing is dharma or not? Shastra says, please tell me. Acharah prathamo dharmaha. Acharah prathamo dharma. What does it say? You have to act. Acharati. That if you act accordingly, then you will understand if that is dharma or not. Otherwise, you will not know what is dharma, what is adharma. How will you know? So, whenever, so it gives you a lot of big list what to do, what not to do. You know? Big list. So there it categorizes into two. Okay. When we talk of Chaturvarnya, we have Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. When it is Ashrama, it is Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. 4. So is there any dharma which is common to everyone? Huh? Yes, it is called Samanya Dharma. Whether he is a Shudra or a Vidvamsa or a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Grihastha, Sannyasi, whoever it is, there are few things, rules and regulations that irrespective of who he is, he has to follow. That is Samanya Dharma. That is Ahimsa, Satyam, Asteyam, Shaucham, Daya, Kshanti. All these are Samanya Dharmas, which every person has to follow throughout his life. Now, what did I say about Dharma? There is an activity. Huh? No, when it is activity based, it has to be taught, it has to be instructed. Yeah. So, whenever a person builds a company, he will set a guideline, a set of rules and regulations, a system. What are all the who are all the people that need to be appointed? Their eligibility criteria. What will they get? Huh? So many things. It is all first set. Yes or no? So to run an entire institution, all rules and regulations, principles, values, everything are set in the beginning itself. So depending on who comes where, he doesn't have to question what needs to be done after coming there and sitting. So that way, when will I know? Usually, whenever there is a person who comes in as a senior manager, there is one person who assists him, who tells him as to what his role and responsibility are. है ना? Somebody will be there to guide him. Why? That is because he is the same person who was sitting in the same place earlier. So he knows what to do. Now he has been promoted as senior manager. Okay? Correct? This thing what works. Similarly, once I am born, I immediately start, what am I supposed to do? Immediately, who is there? Who is there? Mother, father, grandfather, grandmother. You know? So they will simply keep following a set of rules and regulations which had been laid down. How did they follow? Their father, their grandfather, their grandfather, their father, their grand. So it simply goes on and on and on. Till when? Till the beginning of the creation. Correct? So who are given birth in the beginning of creation is people who have two things. Either I want to do or I don't want to do. There are only two things, na? Either I get into action or I abstain from action. So if I have to do, it is called pravritti. Say pravritti. ठीक है. So if I don't, it is called nivritti. Nivritti. ठीक है. So there are two categories. People who aspire to do lot of things, they are given chance to propagate and also follow. But people who don't do anything, that doesn't mean you can simply enjoy and simply sit in one corner and all enjoy all benefits. No, that is not the thing. It is even more difficult. Please understand, not doing anything is even more difficult. According to how the Shastras say, Nivritti is more difficult than Pravritti. Okay, because mind has been tuned to look out for something in the universe always, and it will go behind that to achieve, and then again and again and again, it simply keeps on doing it. Keeps on, it is never tired. Since when? Since time immemorial, you yourself have been doing the same thing. The same paratha, bhaji, halwa, jamun, whatever you have been eating since many, 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 many births. Still, you don't want to even think you are bored of it. Yeah? That is the power, okay, of Maya. So you simply can just go on and on. You don't, here and there like flickers, you will feel enough of this. It's only a flicker. Once that passes by, that is over. That that unhappiness, that sorrow, that difficulty is over, immediately you said, ah, no, no, again, pravritti. This is very natural. So before going into nivritti, whenever I say nivritti, to renounce, it means a person who wants moksha only and nothing else. But I cannot simply decide overnight and say I want moksha, things like that. You see, let us go back a little bit. Paramahamsa, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Thakur ji. See, great sadhaka, great person. Now, why is it so difficult to get away from Vishaya Sukha? I hope you know when an old lady came to him along with her son, grandson, and says, Thakurji, tell him he wants Rasgulla every time. Where will I buy? I don't have much money. So please tell him huh, not to be very stubborn. Then Thakurji says, do one thing, come after 1 week. Then after 1 week. And this is about 3-4 weeks. Then after 3-4 weeks, then he comes and he says, देखो बेटा तो ऐसा तंग मत करना ये जिद्दी ये जिद ठीक नहीं है ठीक है उसमें क्या है देखो एक बार जब खाओगे ना तो सुख मिलता है बहुत मीठा है तो बहुत अच्छा है तो दूसरी बार जब आप खा रहे हो तो जैसे पहली बार जब आपने खाया तो वैसा ही था ना रसगुल्ला सो इट वॉज नॉट डिफरेंट एक ही जैसा था वो तीसरी बार सेम वही रसगुल्ला वही टेस्ट तो इसलिए वो मधुरता में जो मीठापन था उसमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा तो इसलिए समाधान से रहना कि एक काफ़ी है वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा दूसरा हाँ जिद मत करना ठीक है जाओ दैट ग्रैंड मदर गेट्स वेरी वाइल्ड ये बोलने के लिए आप ये 1 महीना तक क्यों लिया आपने ये तो बहुत सीधी सादी बात थी तो वाई डिड यू टेक ऑलमोस्ट 3 weeks to 1 month देन ठाकुर जी से अरे जब आपने ये बच्चा रसगुल्ला खाता है बहुत तंग करता है मतलब जब आपने कहा तो मेरे मुंह से मतलब स्टार्टेड सलेवेटिंग लिटरली रोक नहीं पाया तो अगर मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है तो बच्चे को कैसा होगा आप सोचो
Thakurji was fond of food.
Yeah, yes.
So in the end he said that throat cancer that happened.
Correct. हाँ वही शरीर है ना वो धर्म का पालन करता ही है ज्यादा खाओ तो बीमारी तो श्योर ठीक है कोई भी हो इवन फॉर भगवान रमणा आई एम श्योर यू ऑल नो है ना सो इट्स ओनली विद द बॉडी थिंग दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग सो अनलेस I know the swarupa or the essence of samsara, materialistic world, I should not think of getting away from it. Okay? I might be misled. I might actually totally go in a wrong direction. So, by default, the Shastras take us in a way where it says, first do proper karma. What type of karma? Whatever the Shastras say. Who has to do what? How should a wife be? How should a daughter be? How should a king be? Every person has been assigned a set of rules and regulations and they have to follow. Okay? Similarly, if he is a Brahmana, he has to be in a particular way. So, all that falls in the framework of achara. Achara means to follow, to practice. You have to practice. Please remember, this is a caution. Whether I accept, whether I don't, whether I agree, whether I don't, whether I like it, whether I don't, it doesn't care. You follow, you take the phala or fruit. You don't follow, take the whiplash, you will face the punishment. You also take that, you will start crying, then you will say, extremely sorry, I will not make this mistake again. Please forgive me, then I'll again forgive you. Then again you come back, again you make a mistake, again you will be whiplashed. Till the time you realize you will face both sukha and dukkha. You will never be allowed. So you don't have a choice here. Being a student in third standard, I have to behave, act accordingly, sit in that place where I have been asked to. I have to be obedient, sincere, etc. Then pass out, even if I am intelligent enough. I don't have a choice. Okay? Now, if you do so, I am going to be recognized. I am going to be promoted. Okay? If if I try to steal the opportunity, which is actually not mine, then I will severely be punished. Now, by default, it says Brahmana has to be like this. Kshatriya has to be like this. Vaishya has to be like this. Shudra has to be like this. It basically puts down a set of rules based on trigunas. Okay? All the any karma is driven by the trigunas. Okay? Understand what trigunas are. There are three: sattva, rajas, and tamas. The shastric understanding is, explanation is, sattva means executing my duty with responsibility, whatever has been given to me, whatever comes to me according to the shastra. Whether I like it or not, I simply execute. That is sattva. Okay? If I am greedy enough, there is sukha in sattva also. Okay? But if I desire something more for myself, huh, then it becomes rajasic. Okay? If I abstain from what I am supposed to do, then it is tamasa. If I don't do what I am supposed to do, it is tamasa. Okay? Now, you see, sattva, rajas, and tamas, where is it present? Any idea?
Prakriti is made of these three planets. They are everywhere.
Huh?
In the mind.
Huh?
In the mind.
What does Bhagavan Shankara say? with respect to Prakriti in Bhashya. Prakritischa Trigunaatmika Sarvakarya Karana Vishayakarena Parinata Purushasya Bhoga Apavargartha Kartavyataya Dehendriyadyakarena Samhanyate. He says, it's too long a sentence. I'll give you the gist of what it is. The entire Prakriti, the Jagat, the Trigunas have traversed like how cotton is in a thread. Huh? The way how cotton is in a thread.
Intertwined.
Huh? Intertwined, correct. Okay? No, that way the Trigunas is everywhere. Now, the direct effect of Trigunas on me is through who said that? Correct. Amma, it's okay. Is through food. Directly through food. Okay? Because Sharira is a byproduct of Anna. What does Taittiriya say? Adyate cha bhutani adyate atti cha bhutani tasmat annam taduchyata. Adyate atti cha bhutani. What is food? What is Sharira? It says food is received. Food gets received and then it receives the Sharira. समझ रहे मैं क्या कह रहा हूं? In the beginning, what happens is food is taken by a small baby in the form of milk of the mother. From there on, it goes on eating. See, if it had to only Sharira grows only with food, then everyone should have been at least 30 footer, 40 footer. It doesn't happen like that. It stops at some stage. How much ever food you give, it will start rejecting. Yes or no?
21 age.
Huh?
At the age of 21.
No, not growth in the sense it will sustain. No? See, all the activities are sustained through food, but some stage it will start rejecting. So, what it says is food is saying, I will come into you only to take you back to myself. समझ रहे मैं क्या करूं? So this food has all the trigunas. So this becomes the trigunas in the mind. Because all actions are driven by the guna or the quality. Okay? So these gunas drive any action for that matter. This is decided by what you have done in this particular janma. It is all coded. Okay? I will tell you what happens at the time of death. Okay? See, at the time of death, all that we have done in this janma is some good and some bad, correct? Some good things, some wrong things. There are only three ways that you can do: through speech, thought, and action. Correct? kaya vacha manasa. Whatever you do, is it not recorded in your mind? Correct? Is there anything that you have done and you don't know? No, not possible. Not possible. Atma manasanyujyate. This is Nyaya in Nyaya Shastra. Atma manaha sanyujyate mana indriyena indriyam arthena tato jnana. So there is a connection between kshetrajna and manas. From there to indriya, and from indriya to artha, sense organs, to the material, outside matter, and then the jnana of that particular object comes to me. And all I do is I say yes to it. I'll give you an example. I want to eat a mango. Huh? The what do I say? Okay, yes. Then I go in search of a mango. I spot a mango. I take it into my hand. When it says yes, then when I'm eating, it says yes, I am eating. Huh. And then after everything, it says I ate. Yes. So this person inside, I, doesn't do anything except saying yes, 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 yes to anything. That is how every action of every individual is recorded. So it cannot escape himself, or rather oneself. Okay? Now, any action, either through mind or speech or body, in the end, one by one, you see, first what came out in the when a baby is born, first is prana. First is prana that gets generated. Second is manas. Second is vak. Third is vak. What I'm telling you is, prana is the life force, gets activated in the almost 1.5 months when they register a heartbeat. Till they find out a heartbeat, it is not a viable pregnancy. So they don't confirm the fetal existence. Okay? Then in the 5th month, there is something called Panchame Manaha. The mind of the fetus starts getting activated in the 5th month of pregnancy. So the fetus can actually dream. It can express an emotion. If husband and wife are fighting, it will make its eyebrows like this. Okay? This is all videographed. This is not some story. Okay? So it doesn't like. When there is a beautiful music that is being played, it is very calm and happy with a smile. So the mind gets activated in the 5th month, and finally, when it comes out, this sound comes out. Vak. Okay? So first prana, next mind, next vak. When you go, it is the other way. First it is vak, which goes. So what happens? All movements stop. Okay? A person stops moving around and things like that, he is confined to bed. And slowly his speech goes away. He can't speak. So that is the time usually people give up food. Okay? They live only on memories. They live only on memory. what people are saying. Only Jnanendriya's work, that too little bit. So all the actions that you have done through your body are recorded, na? All that information through the bodily actions freeze and form something called as vritti. Can you please repeat? Vritti. It's like a capsule. Okay, just to sort of a capsule. And all actions out of all sense organs, they all freeze into something called another vritti. Now the former one was vag vritti. Second one, all the information that has been gathered, entire lifespan, all that you have spoken, seen, good, bad, everything forms manovritti. Manovritti. The way how we have eaten food. Huh? Please don't mistake. We we eat ना, शूज पहन के, बाहर जाके, समवेयर इन रोड साइड में खाते हैं ना. All these are recorded. There is an observer inside ना. He is not doing anything, he is simply observing. What does he do? He only nods his head to whatever you do. He never says no. He simply says yes, yes, yes. So all these things form another capsule called pranavritti. The way how you have treated your body, if you have abused, if you have respected, etc., whatever, both good and bad. Now all these three things are information. Please remember, they're all informations. So these three things form a single capsule along with the Atman here, the Jiva carries these three informations. Okay? Through the Manas, and then he leaves. When he leaves, this body becomes very cold. Okay? All the information is here. So he will need, depending on what he has done. Please understand this. When the manovritti comes, when the vagvritti ceases, when the manovritti is still working, he will flash your report card for 75, 80, 90 years, of 90 years in front of you. He'll say, these are all the things what you have done. Based on this, you will be landing in such and such a janma. Based on what you have done, you will be given this particular janma. Now, that is the time you cannot scream, you cannot apologize, you can't ask for forgiveness, you can't ask for opportunity. Can you please give me 5 minutes? I will apologize to somebody because I've done a mistake. Nothing works. Nothing works. Because you have not been following rules and regulations which had been laid out very clearly. So you have to face the music. Finished. He leaves, comes back with a particular required body to face that particular karma phala. The fruit of your own karma will need a different kind of a body. This time, Bhagavan has given a very nice, healthy body. Suppose I have abused, then he will see to it that you will be punished with lot of ailments in the beginning itself. Now, he is not the only person who is experiencing it. By attachment, somebody who feel mentally, if they have not supported people who had ailments very close by, if they have not reciprocated seva, etc., then they will be placed as parents to such a person. So they have to do the seva of that particular child who is suffering. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So this is going to be the modus operandi. So there is no पक्षपात वगैरह वगैरह कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे, कोई पक्षपात नहीं है. तो whether you are a Brahman, whether you are a Shudra, doesn't matter. Are you following the dictum laid down to you? Is the only question. If you have not, then simply just experience all that which comes as a fruit. Nobody is pressurizing you to follow. Nobody is putting pressure. But the rule is that it is better if you follow this. You will really get sukha. You will also prosper in life. Gradually, if you want moksha, we will take you, the same thing will take you towards moksha also. If and only if you follow your swadharma. Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. Never follow someone else's dharma. Okay? You had some question?
Vishnu, what about heaven and hell?
Huh.
I was told that it is not Anubhava Ruda, so we can never neither say yes nor say no.
No. It's a different way. Vedas speak about Sargam or Sarga also. In Aruna Prashna, the Vedic hymn with respect to Lord Surya, it says, Swargo Loko Jyotishavrataha. Swarga means it is not a beautiful establishment where you can sit on a recliner and couch and spread out your legs and sleep. No, it is not like that kind of a thing. Yes, it exists, but you see, whenever a scientist has put in a lot of effort doing experiments throughout his life, then there is a stage where he doesn't do anything, but he simply experiences all the benefits of having done all these years by simply sitting quiet, calm. Yes or no?
Yes.
Huh? Whether he's a singer, anybody, this happens. Similarly, whenever I do karma, more and more and more good karmas, so the karmas for Swarga are different. If I give 1 crore to somebody, I will not go to Swarga. Huh? That is a different thing. Dana, I might get a very, 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 very good janma. But if I have to go to Swarga, then it has to be a very different kind of karma. And the Shastras will prescribe what kind of a karma should be done by whom to attain Swarga. If a Brahmana has to do, he has to go to Swarga, Jyotishtoma has to be done. It's a kind of a yajna. Okay? If a Kshatriya has to go, he should not do, and he need not do Jyotishtoma. He has to fight in a war, and if he gives up his life, then he goes to Swarga. Are you understanding? So, karma and karma phala are decided. There, what happens? It is all Jyotishavrataha. You see, mind is nothing but Jyoti. You know that? Mind is only the form of light, in the sense, they're all images. No? So there you are given a sukshma sharira, not this sharira. There is a sukshma sharira where you will experience good, and in naraka you will experience bad. You will certainly experience. There's no doubt about it. Hmm. So,
In case of sudden death,
sudden death.
due to accident or due to something,
Huh.
then or this Jew with the 3 capsules, does he get the time?
Many times what happens is it gets scattered. It is not properly coordinated. They don't fall in line. Okay? I'm understanding what you're saying. That is why they call as preta. प्रेतात्मा बोलते हैं ना, प्रेत बोलते हैं. प्रेत मतलब क्या? You know anything? Preta? Huh? Bhoot is different. What is preta?
Without body.
Huh?
Without body. Without body.
Without body. In the sense, preta matlab prakarshena itaha. Prakarshen itaha prakarshati. Going out from here. That is preta. But they will wander here and there without knowing what to do. There are many who are not assigned their thing. They don't know where to go. It takes time for them. So Paramatman basically has to formulate a lot of who has to go where, why, etc. Okay? These things happen. This happens even to a person. Please remember, if a Brahmana drinks alcohol, finished.
Becomes preta.
There is a preta dosha for him. See what happens. Yes, please.
You said Sadarma Nidhanam Sneha Paradharma Maya. So this Paradharma is in relation to the Chaturvarnyam or is it something?
Chaturvarnyam only. Only with Chaturvarnyam. Yes. Chaturvarnyam only. So, in Bhagavata, in the beginning itself, there are two brothers. I'm sure you know, no? So, the younger brother leaves the elder brother because there's no achara, he's not a Brahmana. Though he's a Brahmana, he doesn't behave so. So, he falls in the company of women and all that. So, wine, this, that. So, finally, he has a lot of money. So, what happens? These ladies who are staying with him, they themselves poison and kill him actually. Okay? Thinking that he might cause problem. Anyway, if this fellow is not there, I can at least, we can all put together, we can enjoy this luxury. So they kill him.
Born Brahmana, joining the defense, there they have to have liquor
Where?
in the defense.
Let us not go there. Yeah. I'll come to that. So what happens to that is, then finally he leaves the body, but he is not allowed anywhere. No loka will allow him. Everybody says this fellow has committed a sin with something that should not be committed at all. So throw him away. He wanders everywhere. Okay. Then finally Narada Muni comes to his rescue and says, do one thing. There is Bhagavat Parayana that is going on. So don't go and sit there. You will not be allowed. You will be kicked away. Do one thing. There is a tree here. There is a big hole. So sit inside that and listen to Bhagavat Purana. And from there he gets mukti from the preta, and then he moves on. So what I'm trying to tell you is, this information will be there. It can't go anywhere. So that particular sharira will be given to you, which you only have to face. So Shastra says, follow dharma. It is for your own good. Yes.
Therefore, is in all cases of natural, unnatural death or
No, see, natural death is out of karma. Unnatural, if it is not self committed, also is karma. But in case of suicides, there is no prayashchitta at all. Please remember. Okay? In suicides, you have no prayashchitta at all because you have escaped from the jail before the term is completed. So you will be punished more severely. That is how it is.
death due to disease in hospital, just like COVID, it is
Pardon?
the death due to COVID
Huh?
recently.
Huh?
Will it be unnatural death?
No, it is not unnatural death. COVID is not unnatural. Please understand. COVID is not unnatural. COVID is a result of our own karma. Please understand. Somebody whoever generates a virus, gets the thing to generate a virus is a different thing. But now, if we are facing, that is because of our own lack of immunity that we faced. Lack of immunity is caused by our own giving up of traditional way of living. Eating Mexican, Italian, French, or Chinese, Japanese. Who asked you to eat? Who asked you to eat? Nobody asked. Okay? Now, our own lifestyles are so different. We simply just go on and on and on. We don't even care about, we don't respect basically. We speak a lot, we read a lot, we think a lot, but we never do. We do everything in speech and thought, but never act accordingly. We will attach our own conveniences not to follow XYZ, and then we will escape. So, whether washing our hands, okay, cleaning of vegetables, not touching anybody without a reason, things like that was there since time immemorial. You know what I'm saying? So, but we simply gave up everything. We shake hands, we simply hug everybody, embrace. Who taught you all that? It is not our culture. It is not our culture. So, you should all remember that mind and body have their own energy magnetic fields. This is all physics. It's all about thermodynamics. So, without knowing anything, we think we know everything. That is the problem. We read articles in WhatsApp written by somebody, and we go on circulating and talking about that, and we think we are aware of so much of science. No, that is not correct. So, when I say dharma, it means arogya, it means health. Because Bhagavan wants you to be sukhi always. Please remember that. He wants you to be sukhi. So it says, if you want sukha, please do this, take. You don't want to do, you want to lead a life like however you want, and you want to be sukha. No, that is not possible, is what I am saying. How is it possible? You will not allow your own subordinate to be like that in your office. How will he allow? You see Bhagwan Rama, you see Bhagwan Krishna, have they led their lives like that? Being the most powerful and knowledgeable, they could have been however they want. Have they done it? Have they gone away from dharma? Never, not a single episode. In spite of facing so many difficulties, they stuck to dharma, and so they stand by that sukha. Okay, so this is the thing. So you have to follow the Vedic tradition if we want sukha. Now, what he asked, can I really lead my life like how Sage Vasishtha led his life? No, not possible. Certainly not possible. Now, What I am trying to drive at is, from whichever place we are, wherever we are, after having known about what is dharma, what is karma, I have to start gathering information, and then slowly, one by one, step by step, I should progress towards my source of energy, which is my culture, which is my tradition, which is mine, my dharma, etc. Okay. Now, again, there is no pressure at all. Okay. Yes, please.
One question, whether you know your dharma or not, the file will be same.
Yes. Whether a child knows it is fire or not, if it goes, it will burn.
With knowledge, it will not make difference.
No, knowledge in the sense what? What does just knowledge will not do anything?
The knowledge of the dharma and adharma.
Useless. What? Suppose I will give you no. You got married. After that, you came to know. You realized the lady who came into your life is your wife. You have the knowledge that she is your wife. Is that enough? Don't you act accordingly how you have to behave like a husband to her? Just the knowledge of wife, she's my wife. Okay, did you come back to your house? She went back to her house. No. You live in a single house. You act accordingly. है ना? You take care of her. She takes care of you. Because she perceived you as a husband, you perceived her as a wife. You have to act. Just bookish knowledge is useless. That is why it says Achara Prathamo Dharma. Achara. Okay. Please, these are very strong things, but these are not false. Please recite after me. Achara hinantu napunanti vedaha. If a person has given up the righteous way of living, अगर कोई आचार में नहीं है, वेद भी उसका रक्षण नहीं करेगा. It will never protect. So, whoever it is now at this juncture, try to practice a little bit, if not too much, one after the other. If you are a Brahman, learn little bit of Sandhya. It takes about 10 minutes. If it is puja, half an hour. Can't you spend half an hour to thank Bhagavan daily? Half an hour. We spend 24 hours for ourselves. Everything for ourselves. Just to say thanks. That too for ourselves again, please. That too for our own sukha. Spend half an hour calmly. All you are doing is, please understand, you are getting recharged. Like how you spend time with your mobile and the charge goes down, you plug the thing to a charger and draw all the charge for it to enable to sort of get operated the next day, operate the mobile. You have to spend just half an hour. No, we don't. Wake up sometime, have bath, wear nice dress, perfume, have breakfast, simply go to office, come back, watch TV, go to restaurant, movie theater, come back, watch TV, eat, sleep. Arey? This is not correct. This is not correct. I mean, it doesn't fetch you anything. Okay? So, what the Vedas says, if you are a Brahman, try to learn Vedas little bit. That is the investment that you are making for your own sake in your next janma. Later, even if you cry, nothing will happen. So better start investing today. Okay? What if I'm not a Brahmana? Then what? Okay? No worries. You have Purana, you have Itihasa. Ramayana, Mahabharata, they are equal to the Vedas. Please understand. They are no less to Vedas. So, if you are not a Brahmana, please learn the Purana, study, try to follow all the rules and regulations, dictum, whatever has been told in the Vedas is there. So, even for women, it is the same thing that applies. You don't have adhikara for Veda, it's okay. So, learn the Itihasa, learn Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, eh, Purana, you can certainly gather more information. Okay, so whenever there is a festivity at home, you have to get into that festivity completely. Acharana mein rakho. It is not that simply lighting a dhoop, aarti kya, or having a fantastic lunch in some resort is not festival. No, that is not correct. You know what Vedas teach you is to see divinity in everything around you. Everything around you, there is divinity. There is a beautiful synchronization with nature. Okay, so I was telling very recently in one of the pravachan how economy can be beautifully maintained just by following our own festivals and achara. Okay, huh?
Allowing our own.
Festivals, achara, samskriti, and all that. Okay, you see, we make so many sweets, etc., etc. Food, people we invite, we light. Huh? Of course, here I don't think it is there. Tying of the mango leaf to the doorstep and all that. It's there. Acha, theek hai. हाँ. So, eating in a plantain leaf, there are so many effects, good effects in all that. They're all biodegradable, natural. So you don't cause any kind of pollution. So many things. If you want so much of oil, somebody should go so much of till. There is a lot of market for cotton. Okay, you simply just sort of, if you jot down so many things, you will have a big list. Okay, what basically is that there is a kind of harmony with nature. That is what it is teaching you. Huh? So this is all about the karma aspect. Karma, you can simply keep talking about karma for 15 days. It is so big, so vast. Okay, basically, never give up your swadharma. Whoever says whatever, don't give up swadharma. Okay, take pride in what you are. You belong to the Vedic tradition is what is the most important thing. Okay, now coming from Veda, any question? Yes.
आपने सामान्य धर्म का you mentioned the सामान्य धर्म. So, but is there some विशेष धर्म also that you belong?
Yes, for example, Vishesha Dharma, Brahmana can do Shat Karma, that is Adhyayana, Adhyapana, Yajana, Yajana, Dana, Pratigraha. Whereas a Kshatriya cannot do Adhyapana, he can do Adhyayana, so on and so forth. Vaishya has Krishi as Vishesh Dharma. Shudra has Seva as Vishesh Dharma. In fact, do you know who is a Rishi? We say Rishi, na? Rishi. The word Rishi basically is used for a Shudra. Okay? Um, Okay. If he's a Kshatriya, he is a Rajarshi. If he is a Brahmana, he is a Brahmarshi. So, in a Vaishya, he is a Maharshi. A Shudra is a Rishi. So here, what you have to understand is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Oh, Akshay not there. Very important thing. Okay. So you had asked a question. So you see there are four Varnas. There are four Varnas, there are Trigunas. If I decide, if it is based on profession, then I will be deciding the guna. Correct? But actions are decided by gunas. Gunas are not decided by actions. Gunas drive the action. Okay? So keeping that in mind, if there are only three gunas, how will you distribute it among four varnas equally? No, you tell me. My question is understood? Is it possible? Who will decide? Okay. Suppose we had decided, we as a society had decided so and so will be Brahman, so and so will be Shudra. Will you agree? Somebody says you are a Vaishya, you will simply nod your head and say, okay. How will you agree? Are you understanding? So, this particular system by birth itself, since when is it prevalent? You tell me. Any idea? See, in Dwapar Yuga, was it there or not? In Dwapar Yuga, it was there. So Krishna was what? Yadava. What was Rama? Kshatriya. Now, just because did he not know Vedas? Did Rama not know Vedas at all? He had. Did he not know anything else? He knew everything else. Now, was he not Bhagavan himself? Yes. Knowing everything, why did he stick on only to Kshatriya Dharma? Entire Ramayana, have you ever seen anybody say that he orchestrated a yajna? That is, in fact, he became the acharya for somebody in doing a yajna.
Ram ran a Gurukul.
So whatever, exactly. Ram started teaching Vedas. Or rather, just a mention saying he was teaching Vedas during this period. Has it been mentioned? No, if it is not, why so much of hue and cry over that? Why don't you simply agree? What is the big deal? Are you not understanding? Why should you make it a big issue is the question. Now, who are you to decide? When you accept Rama as Purushottama, you accept him as Lord, Bhagavan, Ram, and all that. But you don't want to lead the life how he led. No, that you don't want to do. You want his iconic image conveniently to suit to you, to your understanding of his life, is it? How is it possible? Are you understanding? Any woman till today, has it been shown that that lady was learning Vedas? Anywhere? Any reference that you've heard? My question. Have you heard or not? No.
Some books of the RS Samajis,
Ah.
they have written the names of women who were rishis and all. Gargi and Vaikari.
No. You see, mantra drashta. Huh?
Brahmavadani.
No, Brahma.
Who are they? I just want to
No, 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 no. You see, suppose you're singing a song at home. Huh? Does the child know the song or not? You tell me. If you are singing a song at home, does the child know the song or not? It knows the song. If it knows the song, does it mean it will go and teach everybody? Mantra drashtara is different. To remind. So it is different. Totally different. There are a few chandas. It is with respect to, for example, Gayatri. Gayatri is not a female deity, actually. It is the form given to a chandas of Gayatri chandas. If I have to contemplate on Gayatri chandas, I cannot. Chandas is an arrangement of letters in Vyakarana of 24 letters arranged. Chaturvimshatyakshara Gayatri. Okay? Now, can my mind contemplate on Gayatri Chandas? How is it possible? No, not possible. So, it gives an image of a Gayatri as a female deity. There is absolutely no connection between Gayatri Devi being a Stri and Vedas. No connection at all. Simply this half-baked knowledge trying to interpret and impact the society and mislead is not correct. That is not correct. Then you have to sincerely go and seek, search if it is exactly there. When it comes to Gargi, for example, where has it said that Gargi was learning Vedas? Has it been told? Where does this arise with respect to Gargi? It comes in Chandogya. In Chandogya, there is this reference to Yajnavalkya trying to tell Maitreyi about Atmajnana. Who said no to Atmajnana? Each one of you here have already been told so much of Atmajnana. If it was not there, people would have told you. So Atmajnana or Vedanta, everyone is authorized. They should know Vedanta, but not the Veda. Okay?
Lot of things, what should I say? Lot of things are being propagated by RS Samajas. Lot of women are around us who keep doing yajna of that.
Okay.
And they say that it was their Dayanand ji, he knows that these people were doing, so women can do. So these women are allowed to do.
They even
So we don't even know the
Vyas
Amma, there is no lady more powerful, more knowledgeable than Arundhati, Lopamudra, Anasuya, Sita, all of them. You see if all these people have done all that. Is there any reference to all these people doing all these things is the question. Now some person says they were doing. What is the basis is the question. What is the basis? Have you asked this? Now the question is, if it was in vogue, then why did it not trickle down in any of the Puranas or Smritis or Itihasa? As if it should not be mentioned. Why? It could have, it should have, it would have been, but it has not been. Ah, yes. Pardon? Yes. My question is Krishna right or wrong? Is Rama right or not? Is there anybody higher than Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Rama himself? Is the question. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Is there anybody higher to Bhagavan himself? No. He says, Yadyad acharati shresthaha tattadevetro janaha. Sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. He never went out of his dharma. Then if someone says, then I will say probably you don't know, and you'll simply keep quiet. That's all. Now, why are simply people following like that? Now the time is of a different phase where there is something called as swapratishtha. Bhagavan Vyasa says this. In Kali Yuga, this kind of Atma Pratishtha, Swapratishtha will increase. Where person will try to, person who goes astray out of the norm will become very self-proclaimed, and there are people who will simply follow because they simply want to feel they are doing what the other person is not doing. That's all. They are not sincere there also. Please understand. They are not sincere there also. It is just that feeling that you are not doing, I am doing. I am doing what I have been asked not to do. So I will take pride in doing what I am asked not to do. What will happen if I do? Please do. In fact, it is good. If you do, then there will be a time which will come to take the broomstick and clean everything and once and for all. You know what I'm saying? You not understand, na? Bhagwan will keep quiet, na? For some time. The the wrong things have to sort of accumulate. संचय होना चाहिए. अरे होने दीजिए ना. संचय तो होना चाहिए. जब तक यह संचय नहीं होगा तो उसको बाहर उठा के बाहर कब फेंकेंगे? तो फेंकेगा कौन? भगवान ना. देखेंगे. हाँ.
One thing comes to my mind कि इंडिया के तो ऑलराइट जो हिंदू धर्म है, सनातन धर्म को मानते हैं, उसके लिए सब चीजें, लेकिन मनुष्य तो और भी हैं वर्ल्ड में.
हाँ.
तो वो उनके लिए ये चातुर्वर्ण्यम और ये सब नहीं है.
नहीं है. What you are saying is correct. हाँ? नहीं नहीं नहीं. He is talking about different thing. You see. Bhagavan is very, very, very pakka. He's a taskmaster. Whether you are a Brahmana or a Shudra, you should stick on to your own dharma to the best possible extent. If you try to cause too much of a damage to this particular system, it means that you are not doing your swadharma, you are looking only at paradharma, only because it is easy for you to do, accumulate more sukha through materialistic things. Correct? So, best thing, I will put you in a place where there is no chaturvarnya itself. Be however you want. Huh? All you will do is get up in the morning, go to office, come back night, eat, drink, and make merry. That's the only thing. Wide roads, beautiful cars, beautiful buildings. Go. Go stay there. It's okay, fine. Be happy. You want to be happy that way, go.
But karma theory will apply to them.
After some time, do you know there are many people from our own country who have been living there for 35 years. Now they are crying and coming back. So sometime they will realize. Sometime they will come back. He will get an opportunity to that also. If not this Janma, next Janma. This Janma be in France. Whatever you want, you do. Next, let us see. After this, I will give you a chance. Come back. If you follow your Swadharma, be here. If you cause disturbance, I will put you out.
So that will be bhogya only then.
Absolutely correct. It is only bhoga. That is why it says bhoga is wrong, sukha is not wrong. Bhoga, you should not do bhoga. Because this is Brahma Vastu, it should not bhoga in the sense where it will lead you, rather it will take you away from Bhagavan. Such a thing has never been told in karma. It will, I told you, na, You see, when you get married in the traditional way, it is an 8-day marriage. Okay?
For North Indians,
What do you mean by north south? It is basically in the Veda. There is no north south in Veda. There, after you get married, oh, Mangal Sutra, when अग्नि प्रतिष्ठापन सब होता है, उसके बाद, हाँ, you are not supposed to touch them, the newlyweds. They are in vrata. Okay? After that, see the best part. The moment you become husband wife, there is a thing of physical attraction, na? Because you never had that opportunity, now you have. Immediately the indriyas will start working. Correct? So the Shastra makes a rule saying the first 3 days there is no nuptial at all. Okay? They are supposed to not eat sour, salt, spicy food. Okay? Because I remember, because I've experienced all that. No eating. It's only sweet, rice, fruits, etc. You are not allowed to sleep on a bed. You are allowed to sleep on a mat. Okay? The cloth that you wear during Agni Pratisthapana, you are not supposed to change for 3 days. Nor can you touch your wife. Okay? There is a Brahma Danda that is put in between you and your wife for all 3 days in the night. They will do avahan of devatas, Gandharva devatas, who will watch you if you do a mistake. Okay? All 3 days, the havan that you do, the fire should never get extinguished. It should not calm down. So you cannot simply pour ghee. Okay? You have to keep adding the lakdi. Then you have to see to it that it keeps glowing. Okay? Which means you have to win over your sleep. Okay? You cannot touch, you have to win over your indriyas. You cannot eat salt, sour, spicy food because it will stimulate your other hormones. You see? It trains you in the very first 3 days. Okay? Next, fourth day, the wife is supposed to conceive. Okay? She has to conceive. It says, first of all, why did you marry? You tell me that. What is the purpose of a male and female coming together? It is nothing but progeny. Yes or no? Yes. So live by that. She should conceive on the fourth day. Look at the how beautiful it trains you towards moksha. When she conceives, till the first missing of the cycle, you are not supposed to again have physical intimacy. Okay? The moment it confirms that she is conceived, the next time she has her periods, till then you are not supposed to have physical relation. Okay? During that entire period, you are supposed to wear only white cloths. You are not supposed to shave. Okay? Why? Because you should not get attracted. Okay?
She's also supposed to wear white clothes.
Woman is also supposed
That's a different thing. He is not supposed to go. He should
to
abstain.
also supposed to wear white clothes.
No. It is all with respect to him. You understand? And he should do tapas for the sake of the child. She should do some parayan for the sake of the child. Why? Just imagine the quality of the offspring, how it will be. So a saintly person has to come, or a great warrior should come. A good Swadharmi should come. Like that, we should have more children. If you don't have children, who will protect your own dharma? You tell me. Who will protect your dharma if there are no children at all? Today, people marry at 40, have children by 45, 1, and simply keep quiet. Then that child will go away to Australia. Finished. Are you are you seeing your own future? It is going to be catastrophic if we don't wake up. This, I am not saying all this. It is in the Purana. It is very, very, very clear. So it's a kind of a wake up call. All youngsters, just because somebody says about Vedanta, they says Vedanta means samsara is absolutely horrible. And everybody go as if it's a crash course to some ashram and stay there, simply merely eating whatever the ashram puts. And people go and put crores of money in those ashrams. Do you think everything is absolutely fine everywhere? S- Big sages could not control senses. What are we talking? To allow all these things in a proper channel, we have to channelize our energies. So there is karma. Through this, you go to Vedanta.
But they are only trying to know.
What?
They poor people, they don't know that, I mean, where they are going, it's not a genuine course.
Amma,
And they are only trying to know.
no, I will.
Their own.
Amma, I will come to that. I will come to that now. I will come to Vedanta, but I will take only 20 minutes because all of you have listened to too much of Vedanta. But I will touch upon some very startling facts.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, please.
You said Pret and Bhoot are different. I don't know what is Bhoot.
Nothing. Bhoot is more of a very powerful. Bhoot means it's a bigger thing, okay, which has more power. Pret is different.
Yeah, sir, the more serious question is that when we talk of energy as being feminine, it is not in terms of a female body that we imagine. The energy, let's say Shakti. So Shakti is there in all bodies, whether they manifest as a female body or a male body. So when it is talked of as a Shakti in a female form, what do we mean? Because Devatas don't have bodies like this. So what is that female form?
I'm not able to understand your question completely. Come again?
Like Gayatri
Okay.
or Mata, Shri Mata.
Correct.
They are all imagined and in female forms.
अच्छा ठीक है.
So,
हाँ.
but they are Shakti Swarupa.
Correct.
Shakti flows through a male body or a female body equally.
Correct.
And Devatas don't have bodies like us,
Okay.
like human bodies.
Okay.
So, what do we mean by that female form of Shakti?
अच्छा. See,
Is it like a body, a female body?
is there no female body? Is it not
Or
different?
like a Shakti?
I'll come to that. When you want to contemplate, don't you have your own comfort zone? I will tell you. I'll give you an example. You have two children, one son and one daughter. Whenever you go outside, this fellow's son sticks onto the father, daughter goes with the mother. Now, there is always a kind of a healthy jagda thing. All the things what comes from there, the child, the daughter will, the daughter and mother have a very different kind of a relationship. They have a different kind of a comfort zone. Do they have or not? It's a very simple thing. Now, I personify energy in a female form because I have a comfort zone. I can relate to that particular thing. Had it been only male, when it comes to form, are there no two forms, male and female? When it comes to form, simple. So let the energy be either in female form or male form. What does it bother? Now, to me, if I can relate easily to a female form, I will relate to her as a mother. Finished. If it is male form, let it be anything else. There is no difference. There is no difference. If you take Lalita Sahasranama, Saraswati, Lakshmi, all forms are Parameshwari herself. And this Parameshwari is none other than Brahman itself. Okay? If you take Shiva Purana, the same thing it says. This Shiva is none other than Brahman itself. Go to Ganesh Purana, he starts with Ganapati saying this Ganapati is none other than Brahman itself.
Yeah.
So feel comfortable. It has to sync. The wavelengths have to meet. With whichever form. That's all.
I'm told ultimately all prayers are self-addressed. Is that
All
right?
prayers are. All prayers are.
Beg your pardon?
All prayers are.
Prayers.
Yes.
Prayers. Prarthana.
Prarthana. Huh.
All prayers are ultimately self-addressed. Addressed to the self.
Self-addressed in the sense what?
Addressed to the self.
How? Can you give me an example?
Because self is that.
Huh?
I am that.
Correct. No, self is that is what the Shastras say. The person who realizes it will never pray, first of all. He would have stopped praying long back. Person who realizes Paramatman, who is everywhere, is none other than himself inside, would have stopped praying long back. Person, again and again, please understand, a person who has absolute clarity on this and person who doesn't want anything other than that will have given up. He would have given up prayers long back. So keeping that in mind, because the Shastras say God is nothing but yourself inside, if I give up, doing puja, it is just that having known that this, as I told you, this lady is my wife, now that I have understood and experienced, yes, and I simply just go back, it will be a punishment. It is wrong, it is hypocrisy, it is not correct. It is like that. Achha? Now I will come to Vedanta. Now I will not speak about the technical aspect of Vedanta, but I will tell you why this particular situation has arisen today, where why people have given up tradition, culture, following ritualistic way of doing things, etc., etc. See, I will tell you, I had when Swamiji was there, I was to go to Hyderabad. Okay, so I heard there is a very big scholar in Hyderabad who has studied Prasthanatraya Bhashya. Okay, so स्वामी जी used to say, जब लोग मिलते हैं तो तत्व की बात करना है तो चर्चा करो, हाँ ठीक है. Then I used to take permission from him before talking to anybody. So I asked him, स्वामी जी such and such a person is there, मैं जाके बात करो क्या? He said, हाँ हाँ जरूर बात करो. Then I went to him. When I went in search of him, I had a very different idea about him. Obviously, because I had not seen him in the net or whatever, so I just went straight searching. It was a small house.
Beg your pardon?
It's a small house. There were books all around. Stinking smoke, smell of smoking. I thought I had come to a wrong place. Okay. Then somebody came from inside. I asked him, I'm in search of this person. Uh, can you please guide me to where his house is? Then he said, this is the house. Can I meet him? I'm the person. Then, um, then he slowly started saying, I've come here, I have heard a lot about you. So just thought I will discuss few things about Vedanta. Immediately he said, what are you in Vedanta? I said, I did not understand the question. He said, are you primary school, kindergarten, high school, college? Where do you stand in Vedanta? It did not strike to me. My guru had never told me about all this. So, so I said, whatever little that he has taught, I just know very little. So I want to know from you. Huh? Then he immediately said, Vedanta is nothing, very easy. I said, what? He said, do you know rope and snake? I said, what? Rope and snake. Do you know rope and snake? I said, yes. That's all. People confuse the rope as snake. Is there a snake? Huh? No. Like that, people confuse that there is Jagat. There is no Jagat. Then what is there? I am Brahman. He finished entire Vedanta in 3.5 minutes. Over Vedanta. This is Vedanta. This was the preaching that he gave. Then, so what does it mean? What is Jagat? According to him? Are Baap. Who said that? Brahma. Acha, Brahm. Acha. This word is very close to Brahma. That is why I got scared. ठीक है. Now, acha, next time use the word mithya. Okay? It should not be used, but in his perspective, it is mithya. Now, very easy. You see, when you say this world is illusionary, okay? Brahman is different, who is inside, and there is this Jagat which is not true. This is, they will put all words in one dabba. Asatya, Asat, Mithya, all these things, Maya, Avidya, all this in one dabba. Okay? So, they make the world illusionary. It is seemingly so, it is not so. So, what happens? You are free from everything now. You know what I'm saying? No binding, no relationships, no rules and regulations. वो रंगोली डाल वो क्या बोलते हैं वो घर के सामने बोलते हैं ना वो ड्रॉ करते हैं रंगोली रंगोली डालते हैं सो फेस्टिवल्स होते हैं तो वो सब डालना पड़ेगा ये सब नहीं चाहिए पूजा करना है नहीं करना है क्यों जगत मिथ्या है जगत क्या है मिथ्या illusionary. The only thing present is Brahman, which is me. Now, can I show that I am Brahman? Can I prove I am Brahman to you? To you, can I prove? No. So I am Brahmajnani. Over, finished. So even if I smoke a cigarette, if I drink anything, everything is illusionary, mithya. See what a beautiful life. I am not exaggerating. This is exactly what I saw. When he said that, it really pained me very much. And then I asked him a question. Oh, acha, acha, acha. So there is one quotation in Acharya's writing. Asadeva tarhi sarvam yadgrihyate rajjureva sarpadhyakarena. Is that what you're saying? Exactly. He said, what does it mean? Asat eva tarhi sarvam yadgrihyate rajjuhu iva sarpadhyakarena. Is everything that is being seen here as Jagat, what you see, is it like the snake that you see superimposed in the rope where there is no snake at all. Okay? Is it like that? Asat means something that is non-existent. Okay? Huh? Huh. So asat. Is it like that? Then he was so happy. He thought I understood exactly what he wanted to say. I said, huh, exactly. Then I said, is this a question or an answer? When I asked him this question, he was perplexed. He didn't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? When I asked him this Bhashyakara's words, is this in the form of a statement or a question that is asked? Then he said, what do you think it is? Then he said, no, it's not what I think. But after that particular line, Asadeva tarhi sarvam yadgrihyate rajjurave sarpadhyakarena, then he has said na, which means it has the answer follows as na. The answer starts with no. Is it like the snake in the rope that seemingly is there, which simply doesn't exist? Is it like that? Is the question. The answer is no. सत एव द्वैतभेदेन अन्यथा गृह्यमाणत्वात् नासत्वं कस्यचित् क्वचित् इति ब्रूमः. No. It is basically Brahman itself. The wrong understanding with differentiation is what is the problem. So it is Brahman basically, is what is said. Then, immediately he went to avidya. No, this is all Maya. So he said, because of avidya only, okay, all these things exist. It is all avidya kalpita. I said, who is done kalpana of Jagat? Did you have kalpana of Jagat? You don't have the capacity to have kalpana. Kalpana is to do. Suppose you have prepared a roti previous day. Even if you want to do the similar roti next day, you cannot think, you cannot plan. It will not come exactly the way how you had prepared last night. Such is the capability of our kalpana. So you say Bhagavan had avidya kalpita. This is all avidya kalpita. Are you understanding? I will try to tell you why this entire chaos today has happened. You said, na? People have gone to various ashrams, Dayanaji, Arya Samaj, this, that, given up Vedic tradition. Oh, people have started saying because of Chaturvarnya and Vedic tradition, our country has gone to dogs. Okay? Now, why has this happened is because of all this. So, there, they equate avidya to Maya. Okay? But I said, but Bhagavan has said, Daivi Hyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya. He has attributed Daivi Hyesha Gunamayi. Mama Maya is Daivi. Whereas you don't announce and get flattered by your stupidity and ignorance. Do you? No. Whenever you're ignorant, you bend your head, bow your head and say, I don't know and I have to know. Hai? So how can you equate both these? Slowly discussion started. Then it went on for almost about an hour and a half. Then in the end, you know what he asked me? He said, oh, do you perform Sandhya every day? He asked me. Sandhya, आप रोज संध्या वंदन करते हो क्या? I said, हाँ. Then there were other discussions. Then he felt very sorry actually. He did not. He came along with me. All that extra decibel sound, all that had come down. He came all the way till the taxi stand. Then he said, I gave up doing Sandhya Vandanam, all this, thinking that this is all mithya. Huh? It was very nice talking to you, and things like that. That's enough. That's enough. I didn't want to. I understand what I'm saying. So why has this happened? Is probably about 600, 700 years ago. This is the most important point. Probably about 600, 700 years ago, somebody has played a trick here. They have not understood what Shankara Bhagavad Pada actually meant. Where has he said mithya? Where has he said asat? Where has he said asatya? Mithya has been told. For whom? For a jnani's point of view, in oneness, prapancha is mithya. Is said. You know what I'm saying? After having realized everything, as Jiva, Jagat, and Brahma as one, in that state of oneness, Jagat is completely mithya, is what has been told. You don't simply talk of mithya right in the beginning. If you talk about mithya in the beginning, how will you be able to proceed further? You can't even keep one step ahead. आप समझ रहे हो मैं क्या कह रहा हूं, है ना? So it is very important to understand Vedanta properly. Since then, somebody not understanding exactly what Advaita is have misappropriated this particular thing and misunderstood and distorted and gave a completely different picture, saying Shankara Bhagavad Pada has said that Jagat is mithya. They put the entire thing on him. Not a single place has he said Jagat is mithya, except in Swarupa Avastha. That too in Mandukya. Correct? So, everywhere, see what Gita and Bhagavan says, everything is myself, he has said. When Bhagavan himself says, I am everything, who are you to say Jagat is mithya? Should we not question this? You know what I'm saying? When Bhagavan himself is saying, I am the river, I am the nakshatra, I am this, I am that, everything. Who are you to say Jagat is mithya? So, if you say he himself has mithya jnana, then your Bhagavan himself has mithya jnana. Who cannot, so how will he be able to sort of help you get out of samsara? Are you understanding? So, when this was used, this particular wrong understanding of Bhagavan Shankara's words led to a catastrophe of simply giving up practices. Okay? Culture, tradition. Probably it slowly started off with the advent of British and things like that. Others since then, slowly this started creeping into our homes. Obviously, what happens is, सहज से, naturally, everyone wants Vishaya Sukha. So, you hide under the blanket of Vedanta, where I go listen to Vedanta for an hour and simply just lead the kind of life that we will never be able to progress even a bit. As I said, simply listening to Dharma or Vedanta will never do anything. Okay? If you really want to progress even in Vedanta, you have to start doing karma as per the Vedic instruction. Unless we do, we will not progress. Okay? This is all is Vedanta. I think this much of Vedanta is enough. Yes.
So then what is mithya?
Mithya is wrong understanding of the actual. For example, understanding the pot independent of clay is mithya jnana of the pot and the clay. You understood?
So mithya is only in the mind.
Exactly. Mithya is always, please remember, mithya word has to be attached always with jnana. Means it is always mithya jnana. It is wrong understanding. Okay? That's all.
And
Asat.
is non-existent.
Totally non-existent. It simply doesn't exist.
The snake in the rope is non-existent, but the world is existent.
No. He is asking, his question is,
No, my question is,
I will give you an example for Asat. I will tell you. Asat is like that of Shashavishanavat. A rabbit having a horn. A rabbit having a horn is Asat. Vandhyaputraha is Asat. Okay? That is Asat.
and the snake in the rope is mithya.
Mithya jnana of that particular rope
That person.
to that person, obviously. Now, even now, this particular Jagat is there even now as Brahman. But I understand this wrongly as if it is independent of Brahman, and that is Mithya Jnana of Jagat. ठीक है? That is, huh.
So Jagat is not asat.
Oh, you did? How can Jagat be Asat? Is the program going on or not? Then how can it be Asat? Avidya? Avidya is na vidya avidya. Nai. Nai means in Vyakarana negation. That is, I don't have the knowledge of XYZ.
Absence of vidya.
Absence of vidya. Avidya of Atman is, that is what is avidya. No vidya, absence of vidya with respect to Atman. That is avidya.
So these examples of pot, clay, and snake and rope, and the third, I mean, the rabbit having the horns is asat. So that is a different thing. But between these two, both are mithya again.
No. One, there are two examples here. One example is that of the pot and clay. The other example is that of the snake and the rope. With respect to Jagat and Brahman, there are two karanas which have been told. One is Upadan Karana, one is Nimitta Karana. Upadana Karana is the Swarupa of Jagat, which is Brahman. Okay? To establish the Swarupa, that particular example is given. But Nimitta Karana is there is an Adhyaropa of Nimitta Karana on Brahman. To remove the Nimitta Karana, okay, that particular example is taken of Rajju Sarpa Drishtanta. Okay? So it basically says there is an Adhyaropa of Nimitta as if, yes, it has only created, that is why it is here, it seems as if it is there, etc. etc. But no, there is no Nimitta at all. It is Swarupa only is established. So to remove the Adhyaropa, Nimitta Karana, to establish Swarupa Jnana, it is pot and clay. That's it.
And nimitta karana is mithya. Understanding that God is the nimitta karana of this.
No.
He is the upadan karana.
He is the Upadana Karana, correct.
And
It is not Mithya Jnana. No. Shastra teaches you in a way. So what it does is, if you want to prove root 2 is irrational, okay, So what you do is keep root 2 as rational in the beginning, though it is not. Then you go on proving, then finally deduce saying, yes, finally root 2 is irrational. Then why did you keep root 2 is rational? Oh, only to teach you. So I found a way how to take you to that irrational thing of root 2. Okay. Similarly, it simply puts a thing on Brahman saying as if it created. Why? That is because now you neither know the Swarup of Jagat nor do you know Brahman. Correct? So if you say Brahman is nothing, okay, which you cannot perceive and things like that, then you will never be able to understand. So in the beginning, Shastra takes you towards Brahman with what you already know. I know Jagat. So it says, no. What Jagat you are seeing has been created by something called Brahman. It takes you in that way. Finally, when you go there, it says, these are all one and the same. There is nothing in it. It's only Brahman. You created no creation, nothing. I say when you talk of Swarupa, there is no creation, nothing. That is in the end. So you should not take that particular thing in the beginning and give up everything. Understand it? Huh.
Is there any difference between asat and asatya?
Yes, of course. Asat is non-existent. It simply doesn't exist. Asatya is changing, ever changing. It is there but changing. That is asatya. Huh.
In society, there is no one.
Yeah.
In society,
Ah.
there is no Jagat.
There is no
Jagat.
Jagat.
But when you wake up,
Ah.
you come across of Jagat.
Correct.
This Jagat is only in your mind.
Yes.
It is also sad.
Ah.
Jagat is in your mind.
Correct.
When you are in society, there is no Jagat.
Correct. So which means to say, when you say Jagat is not there, it doesn't mean Jagat is not there. It only means that you are not there where Jagat can be perceived. You see, this I has traveled from the self to the mind through the Indriyas on to the Jagat. So when it comes on to the Sharira, it says, I am Sharira. Okay? Huh. So when it goes back during sleep, that I as the Sharira is lost. It gives up. Now I gets attached only to the mind because the body is sleeping. When I'm dreaming, there is mind attachment of I to the mind. So I say I am dreaming. Then when dreams also stop, I go sleep to only myself. Okay. Now, because the sense organs don't recognize, they are not active, okay, I say that there is no Jagat. In me, there is no Jagat. When you say Jagat is there, how did you say Jagat is there? You tell me. Correct. So through Indriyas, you say there is Jagat. It's Pratyaksha Pramana. So when the Indriyas themselves become inactive, there is only me. So there, Jagat is there, but there is no Jagat in me. In the sense, there is no that Jnana, Kriya, all those things are not there. Okay? That is all. Whether has it completely got disconnected, delinked? No, it has not. So in Sushupti, is there avidya or not? In Sushupti, is there avidya or not? No. Arey bhai, very much avidya is there. Avidya is there. You see, who slept, you tell me?
Nobody has.
Now don't talk from Ramana Maharshi's point of view. Please don't do that.
Body is sleeping.
Body is sleeping, all this is bookish. When no. When your son asks you, do you explain all these things to him? Body was sleeping, eyes were closing and all that? No. Why naturally you say I was sleeping? Don't you say that? Speak naturally. See, this is very important. When we are in stage of adhyasa, accept whatever you are. Until then, When I speak of Vedanta, I speak and then be an Adhyasa. It's very difficult. You have to pray to Bhagavan to get me out of this Adhyasa. That's a different thing. But when you're an Adhyasa, be straight. Simple, straight. So I was sleeping. Are you the person who is actually sleeping? No. But still, don't you say I was sleeping? Ah. Don't you say I did not know anything in deep sleep? In deep sleep, don't you say I did not know anything? Huh. Then are you the person who doesn't know anything? Are you are Kshetrajna. Being Kshetrajna, how do you say you don't know anything? That means you say there was avidya and sushupti.
When will you know that you are not in Adhyas? Because if you are not talking in the terms of Vedanta and you are reading Vedanta again and again and then talking in the terms of the world, so you will get more confused.
No. What I'm trying to say is just by talking whenever there is a question and answer doesn't help, is what I'm saying.
No, but when will you know that this is the stage?
Oh, beautiful.
you are crossing
Acha,
to
acha, theek hai.
Adhyas?
How do you know you have progressed?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Simply listen to the Shastra. Do karma properly, whatever has been told to you. Do it 6 months. This is a challenge. If you really want to understand Vedanta, moksha, lessen the intensity of asking for things. Kamya karma. Eh? Don't do kamya karma. Just do nishkam karma. Nishkam karma doesn't mean I will go to office doing nishkam karma. That is not that. No. Karma yoga means doing shastra vihit karma without any kama. Now that is nishkama karma. That is karma yoga. Karma yoga is not doing charity and all that. No, it is not that. Okay. Quickly, I'll sum up with.
If I heard correctly, you said mind operates from the heart.
Mind?
Mind operates from the heart.
Huh.
Heart is a expansion thing. Why the mind gets constricted, Tripanya dosha?
That is because of my own identity with a limited thing as mind, as senses, as sharira. But if you really start doing karma the way how it has been told, even in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Bhagavan Badarayana's Bhashya to Yoga Sutras, what does he say with respect to mana? He says, Sarvabhaumaschittasya dharmaha. It says, Sarvabhaumaschittasya dharmaha. In mind, I can actually become Sarvabhaumatva. I can simply pervade through the entire Jagat. It is possible. It is possible. Like how, I don't know if you have heard of Sadashiva Brahmendra. Huh? Sadashiva Brahmendra was a very, very, very big yogi. Okay? So there was a fair that was going on. There was an exhibition kind of a thing going on. Children were all there. So elders wanted to go to see the exhibition. So children were left at home. And when they went there, children started making a lot of galata. Okay? Then say, grandfather, see, they have all left us. We also wanted to go watch the exhibition and things like that. Then they were not allow him. He was a great Vedantin. He was a sannyasi, everything. Then he was getting disturbed. Then what he did was, now क्या है आपको देखना है ना सभी यहाँ आओ अच्छा इकट्ठे बैठो अच्छा अपने अपने आंखों को बंद करो अच्छा ठीक है हाथ को मेरे सिर पर रखो ठीक है then he just simply closed his eyes, takes a deep breath, okay, then concentrates for about 2 minutes. Then he immediately recites, Om. Then he says, now watch the exhibition. Okay. All children have closed their eyes. They have kept their hands on his head. One child is saying, hey, look at this. My mother is buying a green bangle. The other person says, hey, look at this father. He is eating something. Huh? Somewhere far away, some exhibition is going on where all elders have left the children somewhere else. They have gone. And look at the tapas. So it is possible to see, so the mind can travel. Okay? It is possible. Even for us, it is possible in a different way. For example, you see, I will tell you how. Beautiful example. He said his identity is with his wife, na, Nitinji. I'll take that example. He is traveling somewhere. He is probably not well, some headache or something like that. Suddenly, she calls him. Okay? 3-4 days has gone out from work. She calls him and says, did you have lunch? Then he says, no, not feeling well. Ah, exactly. I felt so. That is why I called. I felt something was not okay with you. That is why I called. Does this happen or not with all of us, with our own children? It happens. Why?
It happened with me many times.
Yes, it happens. So it all depends on how far you have sent your mind and attach, how to what extent you have attachment. ठीक है? There it is Brahman, the attachment of Brahman identity. So it can see anything, everything. For me, it is basically my wife, children, etc., office, etc. That's all. It is not wrong. I'm just saying this is how it happens. So it is possible. So through yoga, mind can travel. Okay? Tea break? Ah. Array, more than enough. More.
Actually, we were supposed to do 5:30, but we can continue to 5:45.
हाँ, I will take permission.
नहीं, इनको कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
नहीं no, Nitin ji says the time usually till about 5:30. Can we have it till 5:45 is the question. We have only 2 topics. Nothing, though both the topics are very, for now we will have an idea of what those topics are. So you see, yes please.
Talking about the sukh, should we consider ourselves sukhi if we are intentionally or unintentionally harming anyone? Taking context of Charpak philosophy, rhythm, debate,
Huh.
so if we are intentionally or unintentionally harming anyone
Huh?
or doing any loss to him, and we are sukhi ourselves, so how do we?
No. You see, when you know you can do, if you have the capability to do, then you please reciprocate. You have to do. Not doing is wrong. Okay? Now, these are all very subtle issues, very sukshma vishay hai. Why does Bhagavan punish Bhishma? Eh? Why does Bhagavan punish Bhishma? Because he says, knowing Dharma so well, how did you support an arrogant brat like Duryodhana, due to which this entire commotion happened? Okay? So, whom are you supporting? If you are helping, whom are you helping? Okay? Just because there is a thief who is running and some thorn has got stuck to him, he is not able to walk. You don't have to run and take out the thorn and allow him to run. That is wrong. When you do, first of all, do you know they do this Angadan करते हैं ना, Angadan बोलते हैं, नेत्रदान वगैरह. Shastra doesn't approve of this. Okay, Shastra doesn't approve of this. because it says, what if you give your netradan to some rogue? Then he will excel in his own profession. He will cause more disturbance in the society. Through through whose eyes? Huh? Your own eyes. समझ रहे हो मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ? So because you had the adhyasa in that particular thing, it will never go. So through that particular thing, it will come to you. The papa will come to you also. So it is like that. That is why you have to know Shastra. Okay? Huh.
Follow your dharma is what we are talking about. Now, from many years, you started with grandfathers. So I remember my grandfather doing Sandhya, I'm a Brahmin. But then my father did little less, my generation did much lesser, and my son doesn't do it anymore.
Correct.
So this has happened in this generation very quickly.
Correct.
4-5 generations
Correct.
very quickly.
Correct.
Which did not happen earlier. That
Correct.
is one thing.
Correct.
And second thing, where is the mandate there? It should be readily available for everyone, because to read Shastras, go through it, and then see, first it was घर में ही जो माँ कर रही थी,
सही
I
बात।
saw it, I
सही
learned
बात,
it.
correct.
Today it is so difficult for me
Exactly.
to know what I should do now.
Perfectly correct. So see to it that we arrange proper interactive sessions with youngsters. Let them ask any question they want. Any question. It is just that they should not be arrogant. Okay? They should be seekers. Let there be questions. That is not a problem. But they should try to know. Okay, that is one. Second thing, we have to conduct programs where they will not get directly involved in ritualistic procedures, but they will only support from outside. Okay? So many things have to be arranged like this. That is one. Second, why did it happen suddenly change? That is because during the freedom struggle and all that, people felt as if this is the time they were let out of the cage, kind of a feeling. So they wanted political, economic kind of a freedom. They simply started, having an own house, for the family. They wanted to sort of feel that particular free thing, swatantriya. So they didn't know what exactly was swatantriya. Okay? Because by then the British had sowed the most effective poison about all our culture and tradition by then. So it had beautifully circulated everywhere. It had spoiled already. That was also one of the reasons. So we have to start doing something. Now you see, right from Sanskrit to Veda to Vedanta, doing karma, if you want moksha, anything that you want to do, what is the basic thing that you require? You tell me. If you have to execute all this, even to have Shraddha, what is it that is required?
A teacher.
Huh?
A teacher.
Teacher. Huh?
Time.
Huh?
They need to have energy and
Earth. Did you say earth? Finance. Okay. That is required.
We need intention and energy.
First and foremost thing, you need to be healthy. First and foremost thing, you need to be healthy. You need your sharira, basically that. Because that is the tool for dharma. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Kumara Sambhava, Kalidasa. Okay? So he says, Sharira madhyam. Sharira is the first thing to do dharma. Okay? So, Why Ayurveda? Why not anything else? Okay? Because of the same thing what I have explained throughout, that it teaches you through the actual thing, like the pot and the clay. What I'm trying to say is, when I study any other science, body is made up of cells. Yes or no? Body is made up of cells. But Ayurveda says body is made up of food. Okay? Now, which one is more appropriate and easy to understand, relate, and try to sort of handle? You tell me. Okay? When I say body is made up of food, then I easily turn my head towards my grandmother and ask her what is what. Okay? The question is, any system of medicine, okay, all other things are systems of medicine. है ना? Ayurveda is not a system of medicine. It's a way of life. I will tell you why. In the very first shloka of in Ayurveda, why is there dukkha? You tell me. Why is there dukkha? What does Vedanta say? Why is there dukkha?
Imbalance.
Eh?
Imbalance of
Simple, give simple answers. Because of ragadvesha, because of avidya, etc. है ना? Why is dukkha? Because of ragadvesha. Correct? Yes or no? Correct. So the biggest and the widespread disease starts from the mind. Correct? It starts from the mind. No, Vedas say this. But if I have to treat somebody, Ayurveda starts from there. It says Ragadi Rogan, Satatanushaktan, Asheshakaya Prasritan, Asheshan, Outsukya Moharatidan Jaghana, Namostu Vaidyaya, Apurva Vaidyaya, Namostu Tasmi. That is, one, I prostrate to the one who cures the disease that arise basically out of ragadvesha. Outsukya moha. That is, outsukya is having desires up to your throat. Not only in your belly, filled up. Okay? Due to that, you all get diseases because it is against dharma, which means you want to do that. See what is happening today. Huh? Earlier, people used to go to office by 10:30. They used to come back by 5:30. Whatever was the salary, they used to be so satisfied. They used to have two sets of dresses, one on the to wear, the other one on the they used to put it for drying and wash. है ना? Little things that they had. Nice saris, 3 or 4. Okay? Little bit of jewelry when they used to attend big functions. Lot of grains at home for people to feed, for them to feed people. This was the thing. So there used to be a lot of time for adhyayana, sadhana, tapasya, japa, seva. In Samaj Seva, there are a lot of people who have a lot of problems. No? Samaj Seva. So many things. Utsava, going to temples, culture, traditions, festivals. So many things would be there. Now you see, morning 7:30 to night 11, you're simply, they cling on to their gadgets. है ना? They simply don't have time for anybody. Do you know the maximum number of infertility cases in IT industry? Okay, that's because they don't have time for spending time together, even to chat in a nice way. So it is all about ego. It's all about money. It's all about right to do everything. Are if you are like this, how can you have a healthy society? You know what I'm saying? So Ayurveda teaches right from there the cause for illness is basically the same ragadvesha. So it says what should you do is follow dinacharya. Okay, there is something called dinacharya. So how you should follow? It says Brahmi muhurte duttishtet jirna jirne nirupayan rakshyartham aishasvastha jatavegaha samutsrajet. That is, wake up in Brahmi muhurta. Brahmi muhurta is about 96 minutes earlier to sunrise. Lot of people sleep at that time. Okay, lot of people sleep by that time when you're actually supposed to wake up. Please remember, it is all you see. We teach our children when they spread their legs in front of elders. बड़े जब बैठे हुए होते हैं तो मतलब पैर ऐसे ऐसे नहीं रखते, हाँ? So we say, है ना, we tell them. When we tell them, we are telling children not to do something in front of elders. When Surya Bhagavan is up and early and he is active, doing his office, I mean his job, when he's up by 6 o'clock, we spread out our legs and happily we are snoring away. Do you know what I'm saying? It is all in bhavana. It is there in bhavana, but you also have to act. If it is only in bhavana, it is a big zero. Okay, so this is all these are very important. So you wake up very early in the morning, sleep very early. Bhagavan Vyasa has given a timetable. He says sleep by 9:30, 9:45, wake up by 3:45. I don't think we will ever be able to do it. Okay, all said and done. It says, see if your bowels will evacuate early in the morning when you wake up. This will never happen. Very rarely happens nowadays. You know why? Do you know India's export industry with laxative is touching about 600 to 700 crores. Huh? Know what I'm saying? Just by laxative exporting laxatives, 700 crores. This was 10 years ago. Okay, so just imagine the lifestyle and things like that. So that one thing is enough. If the bowels don't move, finished. You have all the diseases in you. It is the clock is ticking. That's all. So ahara and vihara are two things that has to get maintained from you if you really have to be healthy. Because the sharira is made up of anna, which has come from that particular soil where you are born, you better eat that kind of food, because that is what is made you. Instead, if you put in all sorts of food like a garbage thing, let it be so, it will become a garbage bin. Okay, so it says avoid unwanted foods and things like that. Vyayama is a must every day, is what it says. Okay, so this has been taught in a very elaborate way with respect to dinacharya and rutucharya also. And it says rutucharya, the seasons, what you have to eat in what season, how should you take bath, when should you take bath, etc. Okay, so by following all this, you will be able to maintain your health. Okay, even to sort of get rid of any ailments that you have, it says you have to take it from the nature itself, because this is natural. You know what I'm saying? This is made up of food, so it has to come from earth. So if I have to achieve all the other three, I have to have this. Lastly, the Rashtriyata. Now, what is the purpose of every individual? You see, after having known Sanskrit, Veda, doing proper karma, going towards Vedanta, moksha, achieving a holistic way of living, etc., the ultimate understanding of Tattva or Atma Jnana is how a Jnani leads his life. Till the body is there, he will do the samarpana of that body for Loka Kalyana, Lokarpana. Okay? There it says Adveshta Sarvabhutanam Maitrah Karuna Evacha. That is, you see, when you say Rashtriyata, the word Rashtra. Okay? Anybody who can say what is Rashtra? What is Rashtra? Huh? Shining. How do you know? Ah, tell me that. I was taken aback for a second.
Is it wrong?
No, it is not wrong at all. It's not wrong at all. Okay? So Rashtra is huh? So Rashtra shabd hai na? It comes from the root called Rajradiptayoho. So it is Deepta. Deepta means that which is glowing always. Okay? Can you tell me what keeps glowing always? Prakriti glows always. Okay? Yes or no? Nature glows always. Energies glow always. Do you know even in our body, sense organs, manas, indriyas, all of them have been turned to Jyoti? Do you know that? Huh? Swamiji would have told. So, do you know everything is glowing that way? What is it that keeps everything glowing? Huh?
The effulgence from the Brahman.
That's all. No. Arey, the stuff inside Jagat. Brahman. Brahman. No, that is it what keeps the entire thing glowing because that is glowing always. Okay? It's the energy within the entire universe that keeps this glowing in all forms. Okay? So, seeing, behaving, acting with Brahma Bhava, with every creature in the entire universe, still not acting against Dharma, okay? And doing Margadarshana and Seva for the entire Samaja is Rashtriyata. You know what I'm saying? So, a proper Vedantin, a Jnani, okay, is probably has maximum Rashtriyata. Rashtriyata doesn't mean I have a particular uniform, take out janda and run. No, that is not Rashtriyata. No, that itself is not Rashtriyata. You know what I'm saying? You understood what exactly is Rashtriyata? So,
The three components.
what components?
What you just said.
What?
That you do seva and margdarshan to everyone.
Correct.
And you walk the path of
Dharma.
dharma. And
Even if you are a Jnani, you will never leave your Dharma.
leave the dharma.
Just because you're a Jnani doesn't leave Dharma, because Dharma is attributed to the Sharira. As long as there is Sharira, your ashrama and Dharma you should never give up. Okay? Now,
And one more thing, the initial definition.
Rajradiptau. With Rashtra? Huh? Rajradiptau. ठीक है. So,
Seeing, behaving, acting with Brahma Bhava.
Brahma Bhava.
Yeah, this is the first.
Yes. Okay, looking at every individual with Brahma Bhava, having accomplished that particular Ananda of Brahman, I will see to it that I will take every individual in that particular direction. Let him also have that thing of Brahma Bhava. Okay, from wherever they are. No, that is Rashtriyata, where I will ask him if he's not following his Swadharma, I will ask him to follow his Swadharma. If all customs and traditions, I will do whatever it is to see to it that samskara, samskriti, karma, everything falls in line. Okay? This is exactly what our Swamiji used to do. Now you understand what is Rashtriyata?
So, then it is not, I agree with this, but is it not related to the geographical area? Otherwise, so फिर तो you enemy will attack and you will just sit ki. It's a
No, I didn't get you.
Rashtriyata has with whatever you have defined.
Huh?
In addition to that, it has to relate to the geographical area. also.
हाँ, yes, correct.
ये भारतवर्ष में ही तो राष्ट्रीयता की
हाँ, है।
संभावना है।
हाँ, yes. Your dharma, your karma, your samskara, your samskriti, your achara, your paddhati, your desha. What is the difference between desha? What is desha?
Geographical area.
Only that?
So it includes the other thing, Sanskriti, Sanskar.
Yes, which means desha means disha. जिस दिशा में लोक मतलब लोग जिस एक ही दिशा में जाएंगे इन स्पाइट ऑफ डिफरेंट संस्कृति. उत्तर भारत में संस्कृति थोड़ा अलग होता है, संस्कार एक ही होता है. संस्कार एक ही है, संस्कृति अलग है. ओके, संस्कृति अलग हो सकता है क्योंकि वातावरण की दृष्टि से, weather, so many things, availability, that will be different, but sanskar ek hi hota hai. So in spite of all that, when everybody move towards Bhagavan, their only goal is to go towards the core, which is the source of energy. That becomes Rashtriyata. Okay, now that is Desha. We should all have this within us properly, otherwise it is a danger. It's a danger. So let us all have this Rashtriyata in us. Okay, so it is very, very important. The entire program of today was aimed at the kind of Gurukulam that we started off. You remember? From the beginning, whoever stayed here, that we are losing this particular entire holistic way of seeing, right from Sanskritam to Rashtriyata. We are losing because we don't have Gurukulams, which used to be earlier. So this probably a unique initiative has been taken up as Swamiji's Sankalpa to make it Sakar very near to Bangalore, where the best part is people usually think that Gurukulam is for Brahmana only. No, it is not. This Gurukulam is going to be of a different kind, where we will not give up Sampradaya, but we will see to it that the entire society will come and learn. That is for women, for girls, for Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Puranas, except the Vedic chanting part, all other things will be taught. All other things will be taught. Okay, so apart from this, when it comes, we speak of Rashtriyata, we have a lot of initiatives of protecting the rivers, maintaining forests, hills, mountains, protecting nature, etc. All these programs will be initiated through the Gurukulam by the children only. Okay, and there are going to be various workshops like this in Gurukulam, running for weekend workshops, once in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, going for one whole week, a 2 week program, 6 months program, in various aspects. There is going to be, I'm sure you all have the brochure with you. So I hope you have enough clarity about the initiative, as well as all the topics that I was able to, whatever little that I was able to exchange. Any few questions that you have? Um, any question? Don't hesitate and leave it, not asked. So we have another 10 minutes. Yes.
You just said that if any children have any questions, they can come and ask, but they should be seekers.
Uh-huh.
The problem with today's children is that they have been brainwashed
Correct.
so much liberal ideology that they will never come here as seekers.
Correct.
So does it mean that we should abandon them?
No.
Then
No.
how do we take
That
care
is
of
why I
them?
said conduct programs where they will support the program from outside. Give them some job to organize something, and
There are children, they will come to you and they will say, why Brahmins are only allowed to chant Vedas? This is discrimination. If somebody comes to you, he is not a seeker definitely.
no. When I say seeker, I only meant seeking an answer, not seeker in the true sense. Seeking answers to questions. But for that, earlier how it used to be is all elders at home were quite knowledgeable. Huh? Now, post 1947, because people have given up their traditional way of living and they have gone to work outside to earn money, obviously it would have gone. Huh? So because of amnesia, forgetfulness, they don't know what to tell their children. Slowly what they have done is they themselves also given up so many things. What children are basically seeing all that, so they will give it up further. So they will think that probably due to some pressure my mother or father were doing something. Now I don't think, because they have stopped, I don't think we need to do. Okay, so both things are possible in the sense, um, due to that kind of wrong communication or no communication, children would have given up. So it is very important for us to somehow turn the engine back. Somehow we have to sit, plan together to somehow take it. Huh? We have given you a feedback form, isn't it? Huh? Please fill it up. Any other question? If there are no questions, then shall we conclude? Any question? Acha. Shall we chant the shloka and conclude? Okay. You all know Shruti Smriti Puranana Malayam Karunalayam? Okay. Shall we all recite together? ठीक है. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमपद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।